course, you asking me about roach and rat? You ain't see this 900 beautiful sprawling apartment you around here asking me about roach and rat? That's how he come on to me like, you asking me about roach and rat, girl. You think anybody else got all this space? That's how he was kicking. That man was so funny. Oh, he was funny. That man didn't even answer my question. This day he didn't answer my question. Child, please, next. So I'm getting ready to move and I'm looking for the perfect apartment with charm, character, and comfort. I don't want to spend more than $1,700, and I want to be in a place that has nice cafes, nice restaurants. It's very safe. It's very eclectic. Just a really beautiful place where I don't mind walking the neighborhood and going home. And so I've begun my search, and it has taken me months now, y'all, to find me a place, and I am exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. And I didn't plan to turn this into a video, but I was like, you know what? I'm sure there are people out there who want to know what $1,700 would get them in the DMV. During my search, I've seen probably close to 30 apartments. Some of them have been drop dead gorgeous. I mean, like, oh my God, like you just walk in and you automatically see yourself there, but they're totally out of my price point. And then I've seen some that are in my price point or way below my price point, but they were real nightmares on Elm Street and I wasn't interested. And I'm going to tell you a few stories. So if you're interested in joining me on my apartment search, then continue watching. Hello kitties, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rogan and this is Bahamian Gyal, your ultimate guide to the Bahamas and Washington DC. It feels so good to say that. I haven't said that line for close to a month. Can you believe it? Oh my God, it feels kind of weird and sweet at the same time. I was playing my intro music as I was editing my video and I was like, oh yeah, your gal back, your gal back. First of all, before I even get started with this video, I have to thank all of you, my wonderful subscribers. Y'all are like my family. Like, y'all are Rogue Nation. Y'all are my family. Like, real, for real, for real, for real, for real. Because when I said I was going to stop doing videos once a week and doing it once a month, because I had a lot of life events I was going through, and I wanted to spend more time with my loved ones, I wanted to do more things and have some time for myself, you guys didn't like say, oh, well, you know what, screw it, I'm gone. You know, I think like 2 people unsubscribed. That's fine. You know, you can't please everybody. But like the overwhelming majority of you stayed, and I got way more subscribers after saying I was going to go every month. So thank you so much for that, guys. It really means a lot to me. I'm a little thug, but I almost cried a little tear, little tears when you guys said, listen, Ro, get yourself together, do your thing, and we'll be here. That meant the world to me. So thank you so much for that. So with that being said, let's get started with this video. I went to 8 places. Well, I went to almost 30 apartments, but I recorded like 8 of them because the rest just weren't even record worthy. They were just like, they were total garbage, y'all. They were total garbage. I was like, I'm not even wasting my SD card just even recording this place because it's just garbage. So I'm going to show you the 8 places, or 9 because I found a place, the 9 places that I went to, and I'm going to say what I liked about these spots and what I didn't like, so you get to see what is available in the area. Now, I live in Washington DC, but I spent a great deal of time in Alexandria and Arlington, Virginia. I love Virginia. Like, it's just so beautiful. It's just like growing up in the Bahamas, like watching TV, like the streets of Arlington, the streets of Alexandria, like what I would have seen, growing up, like, oh my God, that's America. That's so pretty. It's so, so quaint, so charming, because I always like places that are charming. And that's what Alexandria, this is like Old Town Alexandria presents. And so I found myself searching primarily in the Alexandria and Arlington area. And so these apartments that you're going to see are in that area. So let's get started with number 1. So one of the first places I saw was this apartment called Contempo Nova. I started my search on Zillow and apartments.com and rent.com and forrent.com. And I was just all over the place. And so I was putting in the parameters for what I wanted. And I wanted a 1-bedroom apartment that was modern, had maybe like granite countertop, nice, like chrome finished refrigerator, all that sort of stuff. And I wanted it in a great area. And again, I wanted it to be in Alexandria. And I came across this place, Contempo Nova. So I did a tour, and the property was massive, but not overwhelmingly so. and it was in a great area. It was like you had like a Starbucks right there on property, and it was like a nice Vietnamese eatery. It was just so much to do in the area, and a movie theater wasn't far away, which I want to be like right in the thick of things. And so I started touring, and I thought it was just absolutely beautiful. They didn't have the one bedroom available to show that I wanted to see, which was a smaller unit. So they showed me the bigger unit, and that one came at a hefty price tag, and I'm going to put it all on screen because I can't remember off the top of my head. It might have been like $1,900 or close to $1,900. But I remember just saying that's a little too much out of my budget. And you have to also understand that you can't just think about the rent. You have to think about the fact that you have to pay for renter's insurance here. Like these properties require renter's insurance, which is good for you too as the renter. You have to pay your utilities. You're gonna have to pay, in some instances, if you have a lot of stuff, storage fees. You're gonna have to pay parking fees. So all of that stuff starts to add up. What I loved about this place is it was modern, it was huge, it was very professionally run, it seemed, from the outside. I can't say from the inside because I didn't live there, I don't live there, but it was really, really beautiful. And inside the unit, they showed a model unit, of course, and you know, the model gets you all excited because everything is laid out so well. What I loved is that it had a washer and dryer in the unit, and just a beautiful modern kitchen. It almost felt like, you know, like your own home. It didn't feel like an apartment. And very, very spacious. The bathroom was really, really nice. And the bedroom, they had a king size bed, and there was still tons of space around the bed. And I really loved that. What I didn't like is that there were just so many fees. It was like they gave the fee schedule, and it was just like beyond the rent. It was just so many different things, like for trash, they do like valet trash service. I don't need no valet trash service as a gal. I just throw my own garbage out. I don't need nobody to pick up my garbage. I guess some people, they like being able to just kind of put their trash out and people come and take it, but I didn't need that. And then like you couldn't opt out of that. You know, you had to pay the fee. At least that's what I was told. And so I didn't like that aspect of the apartment. I loved everything about it. As a matter of fact, I was talking to someone as I was leaving because I had the packet in my hand, and this gentleman said, don't waste your time. And I was like, why? I said, that place looks gorgeous. I said, it's out of my budget, you know, but you know, it's a beautiful place. And he was like, yes, it is a beautiful place, but a lot of folks are leaving because it's just too expensive. And then he started highlighting, like, you got to pay for people to take out your trash, and it's just like too many fees. So I was like, you know what? That's God saying, gal, keep moving. And I couldn't afford it anyway. It's just too much. I mean, because I'm not trying to spend like $2,500, $2,600, $2,700 just renting. That's like mortgage money. But I just said, you know what, I'm going to pass on this property. It's beautiful. And for those of you out there who can afford it, I can't afford it. If you can afford it, it's like an amazing, amazing, beautiful property. And I think a lot of you would love it. It's just out of my budget. So Contempo Nova got a pass. The next place I looked at was the park at Arlington Ridge. Now I liked this property because it's like garden style homes. And it's just so beautiful. Like, I love the trees. Like, I'm an earth sign. I'm an earth girl all the way. I'm an island girl, so I'm always looking for trees. I'm always looking for nature. And I like to hear birds singing. I know that sounds so corny, right? But it makes me feel like I'm home. It doesn't make me feel like I'm in an apartment when you hear birds and you're seeing trees. And this place has a lot of lush vegetation. It's huge. I mean, like, it spans a couple corners or blocks. It's massive, and it's an older style property, which allows them to have more parking. A lot of these modern places, you have to pay for parking because it's so scanty, but this place had a lot of parking. And I think they said that the parking was free. It's just like first come, first serve, or, you know, whoever comes first, they get it. And they, again, did not have the one bedroom that I wanted to see. They didn't have that to show. So they showed a model, and models are great. You know, just to kind of see inside the property, but I don't really like renting places unless I can actually see the apartment, because a lot of these complexes will show you an apartment model that looks extraordinary, it looks really good, and then like when you see your place, you'll be like, huh, this ain't my spot. But what I liked about it is that it had washer and dryer inside, and I did not like the countertops. They were Formica, and I felt like, you know, I know that they started upgrading a lot of their units, and I'll show one of the units that they upgraded with like hardwood floors and like granite countertop, well, countertop or quartz, I can't remember which one it was, and chrome appliances, steel, steel appliances. They had that for some units, but a lot of the older units still had like the Formica countertops, and I don't really like Formica. It's just a little dated. But I was willing to overlook that because they had so many different wonderful qualities in this apartment. Like, it was really spacious. It had a washer and dryer, it had a lot of closet space, and storage is really important because I got a lot of stuff. And I loved the natural lighting that came through the window. I wish I could have captured how beautiful it was just to see the lighting come through. Just a beautiful property. I wish again that I'd seen the actual unit, but they didn't have that one to show. And I love the fact that they had like 24-hour like concierge service. And what else did I like? They had like a free shuttle that would take you like to Pentagon City Mall, which is pretty awesome because that's an added benefit for those who either work there or who want to play there. Like people who want to go to the mall all the time, you have a free shuttle taking you there. So all those things were really, really good. The price point wasn't bad, and I liked the fact that rent, I would be able to pay my own water, electricity. I don't think it had gas, but different utilities. I pay that on my own, because unless the place is saying, listen, this is included and that's all you have to pay, and that's it. I don't like complexes that build the entire building and then give you your share, because I conserve energy a lot. And so I don't want to be paying a hefty fee when somebody next door is like using a lot of light or water. That's not fair. So I don't like that aspect. But this place, you could pay your own utilities. Again, the only thing that I really didn't like was the Formica countertop. And that was probably it. This was really like on my list for an apartment that I wanted to move into. And at the end, I'll tell you where I ended up moving. But I really like this place. It's really beautiful. And it was next to like a giant food store and next to parks. It just felt like home. Like it was just like a nice, wonderful, quiet neighborhood in the city that was close to everything. So that was Park at Arlington Ridge. Next on my list was Arbor Park of Alexandria. Again, I was in the Alexandria area. And this place kind of frustrated me. Not kind of, it frustrated me because you were doing self-guided tours, which I absolutely love because I don't like to have like the leasing agent right there. I like to be able to take my time and move through and not feel like somebody's waiting for me. So I like that. But it was so high tech that they would give you codes and you have to punch those codes in to get in the building and then to get into your apartment. And it must have taken like an hour for me to see one unit because I kept getting locked out because like their system was down, so you couldn't get in. And that was already a sign for me because I was like, if I can't even get into this place while the office is open and it's broad daylight, I don't know what could happen when I'm coming home at night and the system goes down or whatever and I can't get in. So it's like a smart apartment complex, which is great for a lot of people because you could control, a lot of things remotely. But when you have like a smart apartment, your electricity bill goes up substantially, and I don't think people think about that. They just hear, oh, it's a smart building, and that's great, but you have to understand that all those things run off of electricity, and so you're going to be paying buku dollars. I saw several units, and I really liked them. What I liked is that they had washer and dryer in the unit, and it was very serene, very, very quiet and peaceful. And I didn't have any problem with the unit per se. One of the units that I looked at, it had like a rust in the tub, and I did not like that. And I think that if it were going to be fixed, it would have been repaired before they were going to show it. And those types of things always kind of give me pause because I'm like, if you can't fix these things before you even show it to the public, it's going to be difficult when I move in there for you to come and fix it. You're going to give me the runaround. And again, the location wasn't bad, but it was kind of far away from where I really wanted to be. And so those were my but the price wasn't bad. But but again, the location was nice, but it just wasn't really where I wanted to be. I wanted to be more in a charming environment, and it had a lot of trees around, and that was cool. But I don't know, I just didn't really connect with this place. So I just kept looking. The next one up on the list is Fox Chase Apartments. Now, when I first got started with my search, this was the first apartment that I looked at. I saw it online. I did like the 3D tour, and I was like, oh my God, I love this place so much. Like, it is just so pretty, like from the video that I saw. Inside was modern. It had a washer and dryer, which was a big requirement for me. I don't want to have a washer and dryer like community, like, you know, a laundry room. I don't want that. I want it inside, especially I get cold very easily, and so when it's time for me to wash, I don't want to have to come outside my unit to wash. I want to be able to do that right inside. But the place inside, the inside the apartment was really, really beautiful, very clean, very charming, very homey, and it just was like, it had the right amount of space, and it had these windows that looked out into like the woods, and can be creepy during Halloween, right? But it was just like so beautiful in the daytime, just to look out and see nature. Like, that was really, really a big draw for me. The building where it was in itself seemed very dated, very old. When I walked in, there was like an old, I don't know if it was a musty smell. It just didn't appeal to me. But once I got in the unit, it was like, that's great. But what's important to me is that I love everything about where I'm staying. Not be like turning the front door key like, oh, I hate this place, but let me get in my unit. I like everything to be really, really nice. Now, that's me nitpicking, right? To an extent. What really turned me off about Fox Chase was the online reviews. People talked about how nice the apartments looked, but they said that it had a roach infestation, and there were people who said like they were super clean, and like this girl said like, I'm a super clean person and everything is always in its place and all that stuff. And while I was watching TV, I saw a roach crawling up on the wall. Jesus, I almost fall out when she said that, because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't like roaches. They nasty. They are nasty, nasty, nasty. And now this is what the gal them say. They take it to the next level and say they also have a mice problem. With child. Jesus Savior pilot me. You going from roach to rodents? So I said, no. So I started looking even more, like going through the list, and I saw like a recurring theme. People talking about they really need more pest control. I was like, no bueno. And so when the leasing specialist reached out to me, I said, listen, I fell in love with this place. I was ready to move to this place. And I really was, because it's just so beautiful on the outside. Lots of trees, everything. But I said, I see some disturbing reviews of people talking about roaches and rodents. She didn't respond. So she emails me again, and she says, when are you looking to, like, you know, put your deposit down, you know, get started or whatever? Because I was so hyped when I went to the place. So I was like, yeah, this is it. I don't want to keep looking. And I asked her again, what's the deal with these reviews with the roaches and the rodents? Like, answer me. No response. I hit her back a third time, because I like to give people a little chance, you know? And the gal still ain't responding. I said, okay. She ain't responding because it's true. What these people saying online is true, and she can't defend it. So don't ask me again about no deposit, and when I come in to look, or when I come in to put no money down or nothing. You can't answer me 3 times about why y'all got roach and rodents, and you want to know when I put money down? Boss bye. So I left that apartment in, like, way over there. Gorgeous place. If y'all don't mind roaches and rodents, move there. Next place I looked at was Whitestone at Landmark. Now I was familiar with this property because I used to work with a girl who lived there, and it is also in Alexandria, and it's actually not far from the one the Arbor, what was it called? Arbor Park of Alexandria. That's not too far away from that, and it's like a tower style apartment complex, and it's not a big apartment complex, but you know. It's really nice, and the people there were really, really professional. What I loved about this place is it really did look very modern. It had dark wood floors. It had a washer, a full-size, beautiful washer, front-loading washer and dryer in the unit. It had a beautiful, I don't know if that was quartz or granite countertops. They had crown molding in the apartment. It was really spacious. The bedroom had carpet, which I'm cool with that, because when I wake up first thing in the morning, I want to put my feet on carpet. So I love that. and it just looked really modern. I didn't have anything that I did not like about this apartment at all. They even had a laundry facility, even though they had washer and dryer in the units, which I thought was pretty cool because they were there before they put the washer and dryers in the unit. So I liked Whitestone a lot. What I did not like about Whitestone, and the price point was good too, but what I didn't like about Whitestone is that they bill, when it comes to utilities, they bill the entire complex, and then they divvy it up amongst the residents. And again, like I said, I'm an energy conserver, and so I didn't like the idea of possibly having to have a big bill, a high bill, because somebody else is, you know, wasting a lot of water or electricity, putting on a lot of heat, air conditioning, whatever, and then I got to pay that. So I didn't like that, and that really was like, I ain't feeling that. That was my only complaint about Whitestone. They said that they do pest control really regularly, and you have to when you have like an apartment complex, especially like a tower where there's lots of trash. And that's another thing you need to know, like when you're dealing with like these apartment complexes that have towers, you're dealing with a large volume of people, so you're dealing with a large volume of garbage, and so that could really attract pests, you know, those little critters, and so you have to continuously do pest control, and there wasn't an extra charge for that. Whereas a lot of places like Nova, I think that's what it's called, Contemporary Nova, that they charge the resident for pest control. So that was the only thing I didn't really like about Whitestone. And after Fox Chase was off my list, I was like, okay, I think it's going to be Whitestone. So I kept looking. So let me go to the next apartment. So the next place I looked at was Belle Arlington Ridge. This one again is in Alexandria, and I saw this as I was on my way to another apartment complex, and I thought it was just so nice from the outside. I gave them a call, and they were like, yeah, you can come back. So I said, when I'm done with this apartment, I'm gonna come there and check you guys out. And I'm so happy I did, because it was so beautiful. Like the minute I parked, I was like, I like this place. Just like everything about it, it just felt great. Walking through the main building, it smelled divine. It was just a great spot. And I was like, okay, I'm eager to see what these apartments look like. And at this point now, I was looking at a studio, because I was like, I'm just not finding what I want. Maybe I should go into a more modern place and consider a studio. And this place had like a junior bedroom. And so what a junior bedroom is not a full bedroom where you have like a window and a door, because there are specifications that apartments have to meet in order to qualify a unit as a one bedroom, and this one didn't meet it. So it has sort of like an alcove where it's like off, like you walk into the apartment, and you have your bathroom, your kitchen, your living room area, and it's like you turn a corner, and it gives you some degree of privacy, and I love that. So that's where the bedroom was, right, the junior bedroom. And I loved the whole unit. I loved everything about this place. It was so light and bright and airy, and outside had lots of beautiful trees and foliage. It just was like perfect. And I just love the way the light was coming in. I know I keep saying the light, but I love light. I'm a creative, and so I need that light. I need to feel that energy from the outside. And I don't think I had any complaint about this place, except for maybe two things. It didn't have a lot of storage. No, three complaints. I didn't have a lot of storage. The alcove, like the area where the bed was going to be, it wasn't the biggest, but it wasn't the smallest, but that wasn't my issue. They had like a double, what do you call it, closet door, and I wouldn't have been able to open it fully, because if my bed were there, it wouldn't open fully. I didn't like that, and I did not like their bathrooms. I think their bathrooms felt very industrial, like I was going to like a gas station bathroom. It was huge. I was like, they should have taken some of that square footage and put it to the bedroom. It was huge bathroom, but it just felt impersonal. It felt like at any minute someone was gonna knock on the door and say, hey, you finished? You know, like I was in like a gas station or bus stop, rest station bathroom. It just was very industrial looking. It didn't feel charming. It didn't feel homey. So that was my issue about Belle at Arlington. But everything else was like so perfect, so beautiful. I really like that place. So the next place I looked at was another spot in Alexandria, or was it Arlington? Alexandria. It's in Virginia anyway, called Skyline Towers. Now these towers were completely different from like Whitestone because there were so many towers. It was like Northern Tower, Southern Tower, and it was a lot. There were a lot of units. And what really got me into this place is because I felt like it was in a nice area, and and it also had like a lot of space. That's what I saw online. And then the money was lower, much lower. Like the rent was much lower at the time. I think it's gone up now. But when I went to the place, the first thing I noticed is that it had a smell. It had a smell that I did not like, you know? It had a smell. And then I went into the elevator and the smell was still there. I don't know, like, you know, I guess the walls are so thin, so whatever people cook or whatever, you can smell it, right? And so anyway, I'm sorry, because just as I think about it, like I could smell it in my nostrils. I don't know if y'all ever have that kind of experience, but anyway. So the guy, the leasing specialist, took me up to the apartment, and I was taking a look at it, and it was huge. I think it was probably one of the biggest apartments I've seen in a very long time, ever since I left Atlanta. Like Atlanta had some really, really big apartments at reasonable prices. This is years ago. I don't know what it's like now, but I remember just saying, wow, I would never leave Atlanta because they all have some really, really big apartments. But this one was like over 900 square feet, which is pretty damn big. And it had one of the biggest balconies I think I've ever seen in an apartment complex. The roof was kind of low, and the unit that I was in was renovated. They had a washer dryer in one. A lot of apartments that are trying to save space are having those, but I'm not a huge fan of those. I like a separation, you know, especially you have to think too, if something happens, one breaks down, then they both break down, you know what I mean? And I just feel like it takes longer to wash your clothes and dry your clothes when it's all in one. I'm not a fan of that. The kitchen area was really, really pretty, with granite countertops. The bathroom was really beautiful too, but I just didn't get a good vibe about this place. It just had this odor that I just could not, you know, like even in the unit, like it wasn't as pungent as it was on the outside, but it just kind of felt like, I don't want anybody to be offended by this, so I'm going to say this though. It felt like project housing, that someone put some paint over. Like someone was like, let me fix this up to get new tenants in here. But the fundamental problems were still there, you know? Like everything was still old about the place. Even though they tried to make it look really nice, it just had this look that I just did not like. And I just didn't have a good feeling about it. And the walls were incredibly thin. And so I asked the guy, the leasing specialist, about critters, because by this time now, I was looking on apartmentratings.com, and that's where I go to check out like any apartment that I'm renting. And I would advise you guys to go there too, because it's such a wonderful resource, because you have a lot of tenants who are, you know, I think that they're being honest about what's good, what's not so good about these places they're staying in. And I think it's like it's a wonderful insider account. But I hadn't even checked the apartment ratings on this. Oh no, I did check the apartment ratings on this place. But I checked it like while I was on the way there, you know, so if I had seen it before, I wouldn't have gone. So like when I was like walking upstairs or walking to the elevator to go upstairs, that's when I was like seeing a lot of the stuff that people were saying. And some of the things that people were saying is that this place has a serious rodent problem and a serious roach problem. They're like, it's really bad. And so when I went inside the apartment, I looked inside the closet, I saw a dead roach. And so before I saw the roach, I'd asked the gentleman, I said, you know, I'm seeing these online reviews. He was like, the whole look he gave was like, oh shoot, busted, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm seeing these online reviews about like rodents and roaches and stuff like that. I said, you know, what is the deal? And he was like, look at this kitchen. Look at this beautiful kitchen over here. Like, look at the granite. I was like, no, boss. What about these roaches? You know, like, answer me but the roaches. And he just kept deflecting, like, everything is new. Everything is new. You know, we pull everything out. We pull everything out and it's new. There's no roaches. And I'm like, even if you pull stuff out, it's still in the building. It's not like the roaches are gonna be like, oh no, they renovate that unit, let me don't go in there. Like, the roaches gonna go wherever they want to go. They go, that's the way it is. And what I saw was, like, inside the bathroom, the, what do you call it, the shower head, the little piece that's supposed to be flushed to the wall, you know, so nothing comes out, that was off. And then I opened up cupboards and stuff like that, and cabinets, and then I saw, like, the pipes had, like, there were like little holes around. So I was like, all these little, these are like gateway points for roaches to come in, you know what I mean? Like, it's just too exposed. And he just was kind of like trying to, like, just distract me, like, but look at these floors, look how big this place is, look how this is, look how that is. And it's like, bro, you ain't hearing me. I want to know but these roaches and rats. Like, stop trying to. And at one point I just got really frustrated. So anyway, I went inside the closet, and what I find Roachy. The roach was dead up on top of the on top of the thing, the, like, you know, like the little area where you put your linen. So I say, homeboy, look, I see roach. So he's like, where? So I say, look up here. And he's like, that's it. That's what he did. He didn't have nothing to say, like to say, oh, I don't know where that came from. I mean, what could he say? So at that point, it was a wraparoo for me. I was just like, I ain't interested in this place. It already have some funky smells. There's probably too many people. I don't care how nice this unit looks. I don't care how big it is. I don't care how nice the balcony is. None of that matters to me, because this place smells, and yeah, I ain't feeling it. I ain't feeling this thing. And on apartments.com, I can show you some of the photos that some residents posted, and they said this is what they caught, like, on the mouse trap and stuff like that. Child, listen, I want to save a few bucks, but unless them roaches and rats paying part of that rent, they gotta go. They can't be there. So yeah, that was it for me. You can bet your ass that that's not on my list. Like, that's a wrap. Sorry if you guys live there and you've never had that experience. You know, that's great. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. But for me, I don't deal with roaches and rats now. I don't have roaches and rats, and I'm damn sure I ain't gonna go somewhere, pay them money to live with no roach and rat. So that was a no on that. That was a pass. The man say, check out these countertops. Look at this space. You ain't answering me with these roach and rat, boy. Boss, you asking me about roach and rat? You ain't see this 900 beautiful sprawling apartment you around here asking me about roach and rat? That's how he come on to me like, you asking me about roach and rat, girl. You think anybody else got all this space? That's how he was kicking. That man was so funny. Oh, he was funny. That man didn't even answer my question. This day he didn't answer my question. Child, please, next. The next spot I looked at was it's funny because when I go to units, and I want you to know there are lots of places that I saw that was so garbagey. I ain't even including them in this list. Like I tell you, I didn't even pull out my camera to record them. I was just like, I can tell you about one of them. But the next place on my list was Avalon. This is also in Arlington, yeah. And it was beautiful, gorgeous. I can't overemphasize that enough. Again, lots of trees, just really charming, very beautiful. Looks like a safe place to raise kids. I ain't got no children, but damn, I was like, this is the kind of place I want to raise my children. Just really, really nice place. And they didn't have a 1-bedroom that I wanted to see to show the smaller unit, which was less expensive. But they did have, it wasn't a model unit, it was just a more expensive unit. And oh my God, why did I go and look at that? Because I fell in love. I think this one was like $1,900. It had vaulted ceilings. It had a huge bathroom, washer and dryer inside, had a fireplace. Oh my God, I haven't seen a fireplace since I lived in Georgia. And it was working and it was hot. It was perfect. Decent sized balcony. It wasn't humongous. And the kitchen was beautiful and very modern. And they had like a little dining area that I wouldn't have used for a dining area. It would have been like my creative room, maybe to record my YouTube videos. Oh my God, that place is so beautiful. And when you step out on the balcony, it's like a little courtyard down below. I think this unit was on the 3rd floor. And it just had a beautiful entryway. Everything about it was just extraordinary. It was a walk up, so on that third floor you'd be out of breath, and I had to think about groceries when I'm lugging groceries. Like, ooh, that's a little tough. And I must say, like, in the entryway, it was a bit scuffed up. I think they should have maintained it a little bit more, but it was just a beautiful building and a beautiful unit. The entryway, they could have painted up a little bit, give it a little bit more razzle dazzle, but I had no objections to this place other than the price point. And again, I did not see the unit that I wanted to see because it wasn't available to show. I had to wait for somebody to move out, and the leasing specialist was like, understand that when the unit does become available to show, which would have been November 18th or something like that, they were like, it may be rented already. And so I said, well, I'm not going to rent a place sight unseen. And I know some people do that. I think the only way I would ever do that is if it were a new build, like a brand new building, or like 3-4 years old maybe. I think that's the only way I would have ever done that, because other than that, it's just too much of a risk, because models look great, and the units that they show you that are available to show, sometimes they get time to clean it up and all that stuff. So I like to see the actual unit. So I was just like, I'm just not feeling that. That was kind of like a red flag for me. And it's not to say, I could see that they put a lot of pride and care into their apartments, because just the way it looks, everything is just, it just seems really clean and really nice, except for those scuffed up marks in that building. I like that. But again, I'm not going to put money down for anything unless I can say this is the unit I'm going to be in, because you might have an awful view. You might be in a building that, the minute you walk in, you could smell marijuana or something like that. I don't smoke anything. I don't want to be around that. So, all those things you gotta think about. So I'd rather know where the unit is and where I'm going to be. And so that was like my only thing. And so I'm not going to pay $1,900 either. So I had to move on. I went to Northeast DC, right? This is probably one of the very few apartments that I saw in DC, because like I said, I wanted to be in like Virginia and the Alexandria, Arlington area. This is one of the few places I went in DC, right? And I like Northeast. I really do. And I saw this apartment online. I was like, this looks so cute. Okay, let me go check it out. So it was near like Catholic, the Basilica. Anybody who knows about DC, but the Catholic Basilica, it's just a beautiful area. And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be in this nice little area. And so I drove there and I was like, where am I headed to? So the apartment complex wasn't so bad, right? But when I walked out, it was this very angry man waiting. And I was like, oh God, is that him? So the guy said, you here to see the apartment? So I said, yeah. So he walks me inside the building. So one of the first things I noticed when I walked in the building is like, it was just like one washer and dryer and like a laundry unit, right? And there was one tenant there, and she turned around to me very slowly, and she looked almost maniacal, and she was like, oh, welcome. We have a new tenant. So I was like, no, I'm just looking. I'm just checking out the place, and then I'll decide. He's like, yeah, she's going to live here. And I was like, no, I'm just checking out the place. And she's like, you're going to love it here. Anyway, so we walked towards the unit. I must say there weren't any funny smells or anything like that. So I give them props for that. And so the guy said, oh, did I tell you it was a basement unit? Scrooge! What? When we spoke on the phone and you sounded quite angry, no, you did not mention that it was a basement unit. Because I'm not interested in the basement unit. I said, I need light. He said, oh, no, it's plenty light in here. I said, it's plenty light in here? No, I need natural light. He's like, no, it's a basement unit, but it's plenty light. I was like, okay. So I walk in, and he was right. It was a lot of light. It was like a basement unit, but it's like where you could see like the road, right? Yeah, that's me getting adjusted, because I want to tell you all something. Why come there was a stove slash oven, as we say in the Bahamas, oven, sitting down in the middle of the apartment. And why this stove slash oven looked like it was blasted into outer space? This thing had like freaking burn marks of this world. Boom! It's like it's almost like it was an explosion, and it jettisoned off into the living room. So it's just kind of like sitting there, and this man had no explanation. He didn't say, "Oh, don't worry about that. We just placed it there," or anything. He didn't say a damn thing. He's like, "This is the unit," and he was a very intimidating big guy, big black man. He was just like this, and I was like, "Oh Lord, I'm down in the basement with this blasted oven and this man over here to my right." So I was like, well, let me check out the unit, right? I already knew I didn't want this place. I already knew, but I was like, I don't want to be rude. So I walked through it. Had hardwood floors, which was great. The fridge was super duper small, which was not great. I walked into the bedroom and it was decent. Then I gone inside the bathroom. That bathroom looked like that was a crack house bathroom. All the thing I see is some needles and some drug paraphernalia. It had like cement block chips in the tub, and it was just a mess. It was like this man didn't know I was coming. Me and him talk. I tell him I coming. We set up the time. You can clean up this bathroom. So I say, sir, what's the deal with this bathroom? He said, oh yeah, we just have to clean it up. I wanted to hear him say, we about to take this tub out. We about to take this faucet out. We about to take all. He just said, we got to clean it up. I don't think any kind of cleaning was going to do anything. So I said, what's the deal with this oven in the middle of the room? He said, oh yeah, we about to change that too. So I was just like, in my head, I was like, girl, get the hell up out of here. Get back to your car and get up out of here, right? So he then turns to me and he says, listen, this place is going to go fast. We're going fast. He said, this place is going to go fast. So you want to go online to apply. Go online to apply? Sir, you mean I need to go on the internet to apply for this place? You better try to pass me this paper. Let me fill out my name and my stuff and just give this to you. Because this place don't require no internet access. You shouldn't have to go online to get no damn application form. This is the kind of place where I write my name and I don't give you my social security number. You don't need that. This is my name. This is where I work. This is how much I make here. You wanna put me in here? Okay, let's go. Because that place did not demand or require, in my estimation, my social security number. I don't even know if I had to have a job. That place was bombed out and depleted, in the words of one Dave Chappelle. So I record that place. I just move on. I tell you, this has been an experience. I'm going to write a book one day about my apartment search in the DMV. This place is nuts. Next. So finally, after I was willing to give up, I was done. I said, Lord, I guess I just got to relocate. Because ain't nothing around here what I want. The things I want, I can't afford. The things I can afford, I don't want. The things I really like, they ain't even got it to show. I could get screwed in the end, Lord, what I could do. I went on, I believe it was Zillow.com or For Rent, one of them, man. I can't remember which one of the search engines it was, the apartment search engines. I went on one of them. And I found this place. And I said, I've been looking so much for apartments. A friend of mine was like, why don't you look for condos? I was like, I ain't interested in this because these condos could look like garbage. I ain't interested in no condo or whatever. And I was like, you know what? Maybe. So I started looking for condos. And I came across this condo. And I was like, these pictures look too damn good. The rent sound too damn good. This is impossible. This is set up from the pits of hell. This is set up from the pits of hell. This place is too good to be true. My Lord and Savior Jesus Christ sent this place to me. He truly did. So after I checked at that place where it was bombed out and depleted, I went to the condo. And the owner doesn't even live in the United States anymore. He lives abroad. And he was like, I'm going to have one of the members in the condo association open up the door for you. And you can go in and check it out. Now, my place has been empty for about 1.5 years due to the pandemic. I just wasn't rushing to rent it. But you're free to go in and look. I showed up. This place is in DC. The minute I put in the address, I was like, oh, this is a really good area. And I don't want to say what the area is because I'm going to live here. And this is YouTube, so I'm not going to say where it is, but it's a really good area, right? So I pull up, I street park, and I look at this condo building, brand new. And I go, holy crap, this is the spot. This is the place. Okay. So I go in the building and you could smell the newness. You could smell the cleanliness. It's clean. And I go in the elevator and I go up to this unit. It's on the 3rd floor. And the door is open and I walk through and I just start smiling. Everything that I wanted was in this place. It had hardwood floors. It has a washer and dryer, full-size front-loading washer and dryer. The bathroom was absolutely gorgeous. It had a lot of cabinet space inside the bathroom. The kitchen was gorgeous. Chrome appliances, electric stove, beautiful countertops, beautiful clean cabinets. I looked in and I didn't see any roaches or anything. And this man said this place was locked up for a year and a half and no roach. Great sign. It has like a Juliet balcony. It's just extraordinary. Lots of gorgeous light to come through. Now, if it has one downside, but he told me what it was, is that it's not a 1-bedroom. It's a junior bedroom or a junior 1-bedroom. Kind of like that place that I told you about. Was it Arlington, where it's like an alcove and it sets up as a bedroom, but it doesn't have doors. Not a deal breaker for me. Like in my earlier search, it would have been a deal breaker. I'd have been like, nah, I need a door because I like to close doors. I like to be feeling like, but that was not a deal breaker for me. That place was so gorgeous, so incredibly charming, cozy, safe, comfortable, great area, wonderful surroundings. It felt great. And it has a lot of rules, lots of condo association rules, which I love rules because it keeps people in check. So that means I need to be hearing no loud noise, no loud music blasting off rugga in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning. I ain't got to hear that. I ain't got to, it's a no smoking building. So don't come smoking up in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like perfect for me. And I'm going to give you guys a full tour because I don't move in until January 1st. The owner said you could come in before if you want to, free of charge. So I may take him up on that. The apartment was like $1,480. And I have to pay for parking, which I did not want to do. But I don't want to subject myself to having to find street parking in that area because it's a really nice area. And I know parking is going to be really tight. So I got a space and the utilities. Remember I said I wanted to pay utilities myself? Well, they just build it into your rent. So I pay one flat fee of $1,700 and I get my rent paid, my parking space for the month, and my utilities, with the exception of internet. I gotta pay for that on my own. And I think that's a damn good ass deal. And I thank my Lord and Savior. I do, because I was just about to give up. Boy, this is proof positive that you can't give up. You just gotta keep going for real, because I was just so exhausted and tired. And I was like, let me just put an application and just get this over with, because I'm tired and I gotta move. I'm so happy with this place, and I cannot wait to give you guys an official tour. That's not going to come until January. So I'll show you little bits and pieces of the spot. But you guys are going to get a full tour when it's all decorated and really cute. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to record my videos in my new space. And I just can't wait for this new start and just to be in a new environment. I'm really excited about that. So I know this was the longest video. This probably was the longest video I think I've ever done. But I thank you guys for sticking through to the end, those of you who did. Just wanted to give you guys a little taste of what it's like to apartment hunt. If I had to do this in real time, this video would have been 30 days long. That's how exhaustive this process has been. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. And I'm excited. I'm excited to move, and I'm excited to give you guys the grand tour in January. January is right around the corner, so it won't take too long. Before I go, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. And this is going to be my second Thanksgiving in the United States. And I'm going to be working, so it's not like I'm going to really enjoy it. But I want to say I'm grateful for many things. My family, from love of God. I'm grateful for my health. I'm very thankful for all these things, and I'm thankful for you guys. Like I said in the beginning, I was really afraid when I decided to go monthly with my videos that you all would have been like, nah, I'm not interested in sticking around to see this girl every month, you know, when she was being consistent every week. But my numbers have grown substantially since I took a break, and I needed that break, and I feel so much more refreshed, and I'm happy to just continue taking this break. But I'm so thankful and so grateful to you guys. And people say this on YouTube all the time, like they really are grateful for their subscribers, and I don't know if they really mean it. I really mean it, because you guys have always been so positive, reaching out to me on Instagram and saying, listen, Ro, take your break, like we're right here. That meant the world to me. That really meant the world to me, that y'all were saying, we're here, we're gonna be waiting right here, we waiting for your content. So thank you so much for that, and I pray blessings on each and every one of you and your families, that you get all your you know, your heart's wishes, as long as they're in line with what God wants you to have, and that you be safe. And thank you so much for coming across my channel. If this is the first time you've come across my channel, thank you so much for everything. And I hope and I pray, and I want to continue to grow on this platform, and, you know, spread the word about me to your friends. Every content isn't going to be for everybody, but maybe there'll be something on my channel that that's gonna resonate with them, and they're gonna love. So please continue to spread the word, and thank you so very much, guys, for sticking with me throughout this process and for watching this video. I hope you guys had as much fun watching as I did sitting here and reminiscing about everything I went through. But thank you so much, guys. I love you. Mwah. And I will see you last Wednesday in December. And then January, don't forget, I'll give you guys the official tour of my new spot. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Mwah. Bye. See y'all next month. Be safe.